I've been seeing a lot of stuff lately online where people are, in more like non-technical communities starting to talk about how there's sort of an overlap between esotericism and, computer programming. And specifically there was someone on like Danny Jones who was talking about, some of these kind of, concepts. I think it might have even been like Kabbalistic in how certain programming languages and certain types of programs that are written with a type of architecture are sort of reminiscent of. You can also think of like John Dee's, Monad. I think it was the um, I forget, Monads Hieroglyphica or something. But basically, yeah, I mean, this concept of a monad and is really reminiscent. Well, it does exist in computer science as well. I mean, it's like very they're analogous. They're called the same thing because they sort of think about the concept of like choice or like you know um, where is sort of like an actual action or the sort of collapse of like what a state actually is going to be inside of this like monad. And so we use a lot of these concepts as well in reality because we are functional programmers. We really we really like the cat's Scala programming language in order for handling resource management, which uses monads and functors. A functor is basically just a more primitive form of a monad in order to do our stuff. And so we actually I created a sort of extension of the Scala programming language called Babel, like the Tower of Babel, which is a not definitely not trying to jinx myself with some kind of folly here, but I think I read that there was some. Anyway, neither here nor there, but yeah, it's an extension of this. Oh, type towers. It's a joke anyway. So for Emily Riehl, I think that's how you say her last name. She's the mathematician. But anyway, so the we have our own extension of the Scala programming language called Babel, which allows us to create, kind of like MapReduce style pipelines and everything, and gives us stuff like compile time checks. Where like basically you can just know compile time if your like code, your distributed code is going to run before you try to like launch your whole blockchain, which is like really helpful. And yeah, there's also, I can just point you to that. I also mentioned some stuff around like Kabbalah as well and monads inside of our textbook for Babel. And so if this is something that you guys find really interesting, I implore you to take a look at that. And I'd love to chat about it some more with everybody else. If this is something that you're into. So let me know and you can come join us in Discord. We have some, interesting chat rooms where we post about like science and philosophy and stuff. And we'd love to have you come join the conversation.